What is OpenClaw OS? In this video, I'm going to talk about OpenClaw OS and how I am managing my social media strategy using OpenClaw OS and handling my content end to end, finding relevant topics for my next videos, plus helping me with a calendar on when should we put which video and what is the tendency or what's the score of that content to perform well on my channel. So without any further ado, let's get started. So whenever I think of creating content, there are so many different things that you need to take in account. For example, what kind of video would work? One, the video which has high search volume, like a lot of people are searching about it and you post a video about it and your video get views. Secondly, you look out for some pain points that people have searched in the last couple of days or some of your past videos which have performed better, right? So if the videos which have performed better, if you would create somewhere around that, I think that's supposed to get even more or even better reach. Then you need to look out for what are the SEO searches happening, like what is SEO recommended or what are the keywords that are being generally searched. So there are so many different things, and what are other creators doing? So many different things. How would you generally do that? So maybe I would go to keywordsearch.io where I'll get a lot of keywords for specific topic. So the first thing is I want to create a video around AI courses. So what I'll search here AI courses and I'll see what are the kind of keywords or SEO friendly words that people are searching for, like best free AI courses with certificate, AI courses and certifications, AI courses in Anthropic, AI courses at community college, and a lot of these. Second, I'll go to Reddit and I'll see a few subreddits on what people are asking, like chatbot correctly responding to a weirdly formatted style prompt. Who else is noticing how hard it is pushing Gemini? So maybe I'll get some ideas on what kind of Reddit threads are or Reddit posts are working, and maybe somewhere around that. Or I would go to Twitter, and there are so many different things that keep on happening, and a lot of information from founders across the US, across India comes on Twitter first. So I'll go to Twitter and see what's happening. Or I will set up my own OpenClaw. I've shown you how to set up OpenClaw in the previous video, wherein you can set it up very easily and you can ask it on Telegram. Like, I want to post a video on, let's say, how is Perplexity computer different from, let's say, setting up something of your own. So if at all you type that question, your Telegram bot will give that answer and you have that OpenClaw setup. You can set up triggers from your OpenClaw wherein I want all the AI news or all the news related to AI on my Telegram chat at 9 a.m. in the morning. So I can set that trigger. I've shown you how to do that. But again, it's a lot messy, right? I'm not sure how easily you can figure that out, because going to Telegram, looking out for keywords, getting stuff done on your own, it somehow becomes messy. So what if you give a UI to it? When I say UI, so how can you give a UI to your OpenClaw? I'll show you something. I've built something and I'll show you how can you do it. So this is basically the content intelligence war room that has everything that I need to post content across different platforms, and this has been built by thesis.dev, and I'll show you how can you do it very simply. It's just one single command and you can get this up going. So for example, I've set this up. This is just one single prompt that I gave and this is there. So first thing, right, I want to see what all things are trending. For example, currently when it comes to AI, so I talk about AI, I create videos around AI. So what all things are trending? So like people are searching about AI jobs for freshers in India 2026, how to get into AI without a degree, cloud code tutorial 2026, open source AI agents, GitHub, MCP server explained simply, highest paying tech jobs in India 2026, how to switch career to AI developer tools 2026, OpenClaw OS setup guide, and agentic AI workflow automation. And you can see the search volume also, like per month these many searches are happening. It would have been on a sample data set, but I can see which all topics are trending, and this is live, right? This keeps on refreshing after every 10 minutes. You can set this trigger for, let's say, 1 hour, 2 hours, 24 hours, or 48 hours based upon your requirement. I've just set it up for 10 minutes and I can see all the trending queries that are happening. Second, what are people also asking? So what are people also asking? This will tell you like what are the questions mostly asked, and is there a medium gap, is there a high gap between that search. For example, people are asking what is the best AI coding system in 2026, how do I run coding AI agent locally without a GPU, what are MCP servers and how do they work, can I get a AI job without CS degree, what is OpenClaw and how it's different from ChatGPT, is generative AI good for non-technical people, and get what is there a high gap, is there a medium gap, is there very less gap. So based upon already available topics, like people would have already created topics, created videos on these, or created text content or blogs on this, but I can see which of the questions are being asked and they have higher gap. Like a lot of people have not created content on it, and I can create content on it and that would work. Secondly, keyword gaps, right? So search volume for Claude Code versus Cursor honest comparison. So this is like a lot of people are searching for it, and content format for this should be YouTube. OpenClaw OS full setup walkthrough 2026, MCV servers beginner to advanced, AI agents that run 24/7 on your laptop, 5 AI tools replacing paid SaaS 2026, Serper API for content creators full guide, build a content AI agent under 10 minutes. So this is how things are, and you can simply create videos on these keywords. And fourth is, it will automatically help you set up your calendar, right? For example, on Monday, what should I work on? What are the kind of views that I can expect? What is the score? For example, Cloud Code versus Cursor, I tested both for 2 weeks. So if this is the title, this video is gonna work. MCP servers explained for normal people. I automated my content workflow with one prompt. So score of this is 88. Like this is how the chances are there to be promoted, and the kind of impressions, the kind of views that it can get. Rank priority list, so it has ranked all of these, like which ones should be done, which platform. It can be YouTube, it can be YouTube, it can be LinkedIn, YouTube, LinkedIn, X, and a lot more. So you can see this is how this has been set up, and this is set up using OpenClaw OS. What is OpenClaw OS? Let me just take you through OpenClaw OS. So this is the GitHub repo for OpenClaw OS that has been launched by thesis.dev. So OpenClaw OS is the default workspace for OpenClaw, where OpenClaw reads your emails, manages files, runs your scripts, schedules works, and you get a perfect UI for the same. The kind of UI that I showed you, you can change a lot of things in the UI. I'll show you how can you change things in the UI. For example, what's the quick start guide? So how to install it, right? I'll showcase you that. But let's say if I want to change something in this, this is the place. So what is the prompt that I gave for it? If I'll just start a new session, I'll just simply give one single prompt, and that entire dashboard would be created. What's that one single prompt that I gave? Build me a live Serper content intelligence platform. Serper is a platform that in which you can use it freely for like fastest and cheapest Google search APIs. So you can get 2500 free queries. You just simply need to log in here, and you can get an API key, and that API key you can give it to your OpenClaw. So what I need to see, I need to search for keyword gaps. So I've already shown you the weakest pages trending in my niche or priority content calendar, and I'll simply set up a trigger for 24 hours. You can set it up for 10 minutes. I set it up for 10 minutes last time, but if you simply click on it, it'll start working on it, and your dashboard would be ready, something like this, right? So this is the dashboard that becomes ready, and you can change a lot of things here. For example, so it has rebuilt the dummy data and simplified the layout. Let's see how the dashboard now looks like. So now you can see it has been rebuilt. There were so many other different things that were there on this dashboard. Those have been removed, and it looks a bit more cleaner. So you can change, modify, and do a lot of stuff. But how to set this up? Now that's very important question. If you go to OpenClaw OS, I'll give the links in the description from where you can go. And this is being done by thesis.dev. They're already very famous for making AI apps respond to charts, introducing generative UI. So they've introduced something like generative UI, wherein rather than apps giving you answers in text, you can have apps giving you answers in a lot of different ways, more interactive lists, tables, slides, reports, charts, and forms, right? So that's what thesis does, and I think OpenClaw OS is one part of it. So you simply need to install OpenClaw.os. If you already have OpenClaw, that's very good, or if you don't have, install it. Then just paste this in your terminal, if you are using macOS or if you're using Windows, and then you can or you can do it via published package, and this will be set up. There'll be a few minor environment variables that you need to set up, or there's some API keys that you need to give. For example, Serper API key that I was using here, you can give that Serper API key, and this will be set up. More details are there in this documentation. You can go through and set this up for yourself, but this is something that's super amazing. This has helped me set up my content engine, and I can do things seamlessly, and this is just one example, but there are so many different things that you can do with OpenClaw OS that can make your life easier, and that generative UI that can give you an essence of talking to AI very directly and seamlessly. So that was it for this particular video. I hope you understood how can you set this up for yourself and work on a multitude of use cases with OpenClaw OS and thesis.dev. The link to check out is there in my description. Make sure you do check it out. And if you have any doubts, let me know in the comments below. For more such videos, make sure you do follow.